Have you ever wondered why some people achieve incredible success, while others struggle for years even though they want the same things? Is it talent? Is it luck? Or is it motivation? Science suggests something surprising. Success is not random. Researchers in psychology and neuroscience discovered that our brain follows certain patterns and systems when we pursue goals. When people understand how these systems work, they can dramatically increase their chances of success. So success is not just about working hard. It's about working in a way that aligns with how the brain works. Most people believe they need motivation first before they start working on their goals. They think, I'll start when I feel motivated. But psychology research shows the opposite is true. Real process of motivation. Action leads to progress, leads to dopamine, leads to motivation. When you take even a small action, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine makes you feel motivated, focused, rewarded. This creates a cycle. Small action leads to small progress. Leads to dopamine, leads to more motivation. So the secret is simple. Don't wait for motivation. Start with action. Your brain has a special system called the Reticular Activating System, RAS. Think of it like a filter for information. Your brain receives millions of pieces of information every second, but it only focuses on what it thinks is important. When you set a clear goal, the RAS starts noticing opportunities related to that goal. Example: if you decide to buy a red car, suddenly you start seeing red cars everywhere. Did the cars suddenly appear? No. Your brain just started noticing them. The same thing happens with goals. If your goal is becoming a successful engineer, starting a business, improving your fitness, your brain begins noticing opportunities related to these goals. This is why writing down goals is powerful. Studies show that people who write their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Big goals can feel overwhelming. For example, losing 20 kilograms, building a business, mastering a skill. Your brain can feel stressed by big tasks. But when you break the goal into small steps, something amazing happens. Each small achievement triggers dopamine release in your brain. This gives you a feeling of reward and progress. Example: instead of saying, I want to write a book, break it into, write 200 words today, write 1 page tomorrow, finish 1 chapter this week. These small wins create momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in success. Isaac Newton once said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." Success rarely comes from one big breakthrough. Instead, it comes from small improvements repeated over time. This idea is called marginal gains. One famous example is the British cycling team. Before 2003, they had never won major international competitions. Then their coach introduced a strategy: improve everything by just 1%. They improved. Seat design, athlete nutrition, sleep quality, training techniques, bike aerodynamics. These tiny improvements added up. The result? They became Olympic champions and Tour de France winners. The lesson: improving just 1% every day can create massive results over time. The most powerful change happens when your identity changes. Most people focus on outcomes. Example: I want to run a marathon. I want to start a business. But highly successful people focus on identity. Instead, they think, I am a runner. I am an entrepreneur. I am someone who learns every day. When your identity changes, your actions follow automatically. Success is not magic. Science shows that it follows clear patterns. 1, clear goals; 2, small wins; 3, continuous improvement; 4. Supportive environment. 5. Identity change. When these principles are applied consistently, success becomes almost inevitable. Before you leave, I want to ask you something important. What is one goal you truly want to achieve this year? It could be starting a business, getting fit, learning a new skill, or changing your life in some way. Write your goal in the comments. When you write it down, your brain begins taking it more seriously. And who knows? 1 year from now, you might come back to this video and realize that this is where it all started.